Merhaba millet, canlı yayına hoş geldiniz öncelikle. Katılan olur inşallah bu yayına. Bugün normalde Lio'daki event bölgelerinden başlatacaktım ama günlük görevler de hazır duyuyorken erkenden açayım dedim. Hemen şöyle günlük görevlerden başlayalım. İnemiyorum. İnemiyorum. Kolaydı. Diğer görevlerden çok böyle fight görevleri vermesini seviyorum ama bazı görevlere böyle hiç gidesim gelmiyor yani. Klavye mouse gitmiyor yani göreve. Neredeydi bu görev? Öbür tarafta. Buradan. Evet. İkinci görevimizi de bitirdik. Hmm. Ben mi görmüyorum diyeceğim, görüyormuşum. Hemen bir yere daha gidelim. Bunları uzaktan mı kırsam? Gerçi şarjda hatam gelmeyecek atakta olduğum için. Hemen bunları hızlıdan kırıp kaçalım. Çünkü onları kesmem bir şey ifade etmeyecek açıkçası. Şunlara biraz hasar vuralım. İnemedik. Günlük görevlerimiz bitti. Hemen gidelim toplamaları da alalım. Günlük ödüllerimizi de alalım hemen daha. Sonunda bu hafta bitti ya. Hiç bitmeyecek sandım. 2 gündür yayın açacağım bir türlü açamıyorum. Toplamaları aldım mı? Dur bakayım, almışım. Vallahi açacağım açamıyorum. En sonunda bugüne nasip oldu. Dönüştürsem ne yapayım bunlarla? Neyse dönüştüreyim. Tuzaktakileri alalım. Şu tuzağı bir daha kuralım da. Bu lazım oluyor ya. Ama 15 tane falan getirmesi şey. Bence az. Böyle her hafta bir 50 tane getirmesi gerekiyor bence. Aa, abisi de yenilenmiş galiba. Dur bakayım. Vallahi yenilenmiş. Görevlerden sonra bir abis yaparız herhalde ama. Ana, yeni şey gelmiş. Yeni event gelmiş. De şunları bir bitireyim önce. Aradan çıkartalım. Story kısımlarından biraz ilerleyelim. Başlamazsak bitmez çünkü. Ben bir kör oldum yine ya. 2 gün sonra saat 8 ile 12 arası. Dur bakalım. Ne var? Para var. Bir gün geçtiği varsayıp yarın 8'e kurdum gibi bir durum mu oldu? Yo. Sonraki gün 8'e kurmuşum yine.
Has never had dim sum at Shinue kiosk before, but
Leo evimize ışınlanalım hemen.
ooh, and that's Paimon's stomach right on cue telling her it's time to go find Gami. Let's go!
Girelim köşke.
Oh, you're here early. I just ordered. The food should be out in a second. Sit down, sit down.
Let's all take a seat.
Here, hand me your cups.
Oh, thank you.
Resmen bardağa dökme animasyonu koymamak için arkadan çekmişler.
To drink that, Paimon. That was for you to rinse your utensils.
Wow, so much delicious food.
Most of the time, though, I don't eat lunch after dim sum.
Oh, that's good to hear. Paimon doesn't need to.
Eat! If it's not enough, we can always order more. Oh, and there's tong soy coming as well. What about you, traveler? Is the food to your liking? Want some more seafood?
Paimon's gonna
Bu
take
fotoğrafların kalitesi çok güzel oluyor ya.
and make sure she gets a few. So full. Oh, listen. Paimon's figured it out.
Gene neyi çözdü acaba?
For a second, Gaming. You invited us to this awesome restaurant and ordered a whole table full. That would explain why you try to keep your friends and family. Huh? You know Shincho? You.
Well, when you're on the road as much as I am, you hear all sorts of rumors. More often than not, that means knocking on some doors to find out for yourself.
Oh, you truly are a.
Okay, enough with the teasing.
What? Oh, Paimon.
My dad is just an ordinary tea merchant. Small scale stuff. My dad. He always wanted me to inherit the family business. But that's just not who I am.
Senin gibi planç atak yapsam ben de istemezdim tüccar olmak.
Have you ever talked, about your interests and aspirations and stuff?
Of course I have. I told him I wanted to be a wushu dancer.
Wushu dancer mı?
According to my dad, though, that what
Oh, that's.
I'm sure he thought I would come around eventually.
Bizim ebeveynlere benziyor.
Dancing it one day. He tried to get me to visit some other tea merchants to start building the right relationships, but I refused to go. We got into a huge fight. We were this close to throwing hands. In the end, I was so angry that I ran away from home. I haven't been back since.
Aga be.
Don't get on my case just yet.
Tüccar olmamak için yaptığına bak.
Completely without fault. No, I know that it wasn't the right way to go about things. But my dad's stubborn. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, it just went in one ear and out the other. There was no changing his mind.
Genelde öyle fikirleri değişmiyor ama yapacak bir şey yok.
Talking would only get me so far, but
Aferin lan.
I made it big in Liyue Harbor. The results could speak for themselves.
Gaming.
Coming.
But
Amin. Amin.
wushu dancing's just not that big in Liyue Harbor. In the past, I would go door to door from store to store, asking if they would be interested in hiring a performer. Most times, I wound up eating nothing but humble pie. And you can't just rely on dreams to put food on the table, right? So, I found a job as a guard to make some money. And now I have enough to get by and then some. Still, change takes time. Gotta take it slow, you know?
Yes,
Stands.
of course.
Okay, enough of all that serious talk. Our tea's getting cold.
Actually, we told Xianyun that we would go to her kite making.
Oh?
Are you interested in kite making?
Oh, no. It's just that I happen to know Auntie Shenyun.
Şanyun teyze.
Humanizes her a bit.
Oh, I know that she's an adeptus. I met her during a delivery once. But hasn't she been in the city lately? She's even tried, with some limited success, to change her. She came to see me a few days ago to ask about luminescent dyes. Oh, wait a second. She doesn't plan on putting...
Is that not something?
It's one thing to use it on cloth, but applying it to paper is another matter entirely.
Yeah, she does seem to have trouble with that sometimes.
It would be such a shame if everyone worked so hard on their kites only for them to get ruined in the end. Okay,
Great, the more the merrier.
Katıl katıl. Bir sen eksiktin kral. Daha gidelim. Bir yandan da gözlük parlatıyorum. Gözüm de hiç görmüyor ha artık. Yaşlanıyoruz muyuz nedir? Aleykümselam kanka. Nasılsın, iyisin? Yücel hoş geldin. Chat'i görüyorum ha. Spordan geldin. Hoş geldin. Hoş geldin, hoş geldin. Bir duş alsaydın önce ya. Öldük.
Ganyu! Ganyu! Come on, wake up! Some friends have arrived.
Ha, hoş geldin. Yayından sonra bir Valorant'ımız olur ya.
Oh, I have some mint oil. Perhaps we should try that. A guest at Wanmin restaurant recommended it to me. I've tried it. Its stimulative effects are much stronger than what can be achieved.
Nane yaprağı çiğnemek. Denemek lazım. Uyku açıyor mu acaba? Burada doğrulamazsın.
Apologies in advance.
Wait, Shenhe? Not there!
Ganyun'un boynuzlarına sürer.
See? It worked. She's awake.
Denemek lazım aslında.
You okay, Ganyu? Do you need some water? Or maybe something to eat?
I'm fine. I just feel chilly all over.
Huh. Was it that effective?
Denemeden mi sürdün kızın üstüne? Ne yaptın?
Master always says a cool head leads to a calm heart. Paimon doesn't think that's what the expression means exactly.
I feel a bit better now. Was I asleep? Must have been around the time I usually take my midday nap.
Did you not sleep last night? That does seem to happen to you often. Perhaps you should come work at Wanmin restaurant with me. We get off at 10 on the dot every night without fail.
I could never.
Part-time iş ayarlıyor.
I seem to have missed your name. You are...
Me? My name is Gaming. I work as a guard for the Secure Transport Agency.
Gaming. The name sounds familiar. I think I've heard your name mentioned around the Ministry of Civil Affairs. People tell me
Herkes sen değil kankam.
enthusiastic worker, and you are very generous with your...
Well, you know me. Or, I guess you don't.
My name is Ganyu.
It's an honor to finally meet you all. Oh, you must be here for Auntie Shenyun's kite-making workshop, right?
Yes. I have neither made nor flown a kite before. As long as Master is willing to teach, I am
Usta öğretmek istediği sürece ben de öğrenmeye açım diyor. Bak kanka, gördün mü?
In the Kite Plus, it's more meaningful if you make the kite yourself, right? Your best friend didn't come with you? Well, Chi-Chi's been super busy helping Dr. Baiju lately.
Çiçeği de buraya çıkartmayın ya.
Give her Oh, I also brought bandages and ointment with me today. It's easy to cut yourself when working with bamboo, so I thought I should come prepared.
Wow, you're really thoughtful.
As for myself, I'm afraid I lack some of my companion's enthusiasm. I was originally planning to buy a ready-made kite and just enjoy the festive city atmosphere with everyone. But Cloud Retainer is always going out of her way to look after her juniors, wanting us to have the best there is. She always puts us before herself.
Aga be.
It was so thoughtful of her to arrange this workshop, so I simply couldn't let such consideration go to waste. My motivation for being here might be a little different, yes, but I'm ready to put...
Well, we're all here, but where the heck is Xinyun?
Who is it that speaks of oneself in such an ill-tempered tone?
Come on, you clearly heard Paimon! Master stopped to buy grilled tigerfish to share with everyone. Come get it while it's still warm. Oh, Paimon said
Izgara kaplan balığı.
Paimon always knew you were the smartest, coolest, and prettiest adeptus. Someone as wonderful as you is sure to have brought enough...
Daha demin yemek yedik ama ya.
So delicious. Paimon's life is complete.
It appears that we've ended up with quite a few participants indeed. Go ahead and divide yourselves. The materials are over here. The regular dyes and lumina. As for how to make the kite, one assumes you all made sure to listen to the instructions one provided while
Şahsımın anlattığı talimatları dinlemişsinizdir, değil mi?
Paimon may have focused a little too hard on the eating, and Paimon knew she could count on you, traveler.
One will wait under this tree and avail oneself of the cool air while one digests. Do not hesitate to seek one's company.
We're not in any hurry to get started. Why don't we go see...
Şimdi de tek tek gidip insanlara soru soracağız, değil mi? Evet, düşerken öldüm az önce. Çok güzel, harika.
Hey, Gaming. Want to team up?
Aynı şeyi ben de düşünüyorum.
To participate? I thought I'd be done.
You're that unenthused by kite making, huh? That doesn't seem like you.
No, it's not that. It would take too long to explain. What do you think, Shuyu? Is there a particular design you want?
I want a Swanee.
That might be a little...
True, but I still want...
Okay.
Hemen yapalım kanka sana gözlüklü ablayı. Ne düşünüyorsun?
Shenhe, it would be putting
Yok kanka.
from now on. They're really quite sensitive.
I see.
Thank you. No harm done.
Good. Could I touch them just once more, though? No oil or anything this time.
Huh? Please, I told you. Just call me Ganyu. Well, all right. Just be gentle.
Bak yavaşça dokun diyor.
Firm to the touch with no discernible temperature. Oh, not unlike certain medicinal plants I've eaten before. Oh, still, Ganyu appears to be shaking like a cat whose whiskers have just been touched. I should stop. I see. Then I'll apply the oil to your forehead next time.
I'll just refrain from taking afternoon naps outdoors.
FBI'ye gerek yok kankam.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Well, they seem to be getting along. Auntie Cloud Retainer, look! Am I doing it right?
Very good. Your frame is nice and sturdy.
Kuş işte ya.
Is it a fit?
Yep. What color are you going to make it, Yao Yao? I haven't decided yet. If I make it blue, it'll be...
If you are
Altına boyarsan bana benzer. Harbiden benzer.
one would advise choosing gold. When giving a gift, the key consideration is the recipient's feelings, is it not? One of
Oh, hey, I never told you the kite was for Chi-Chi. How did you know?
with age comes wisdom, child. One simply has
Oh, cool. Thanks, Auntie Cloud Retainer.
Anti-Cloud Retainer.
good. One will watch. You two seem strangely unoccupied. One was under the impression that
Oh, we actually haven't started yet. Right now. We should get started on our kite now. Let's go.
Yapmaya başla.
First, we have to decide on the shape. Hey, what are you laughing at?
Paymanı uçur.
Oh, that's... If nothing else, a Paimon-shaped kite could at least make sure you never get lost. Maybe we're not exercising enough artistic license.
Cidden mi ya?
Now, what expression should we give her?
Suçlu olsun bence.
Oh, Paimon totally didn't do anything wrong. And even if she did, she doesn't... Now that we've decided...
Karar verdik mi cidden buna? Korkunç bir şey gelecekmiş gibi hissediyorum.
Now we just have to attach...
all right, gather around everyone.
Oh, Shenyun's calling us.
Let one take a look.
Wow! Ganyu and Shenhe made a scissor-tailed swallow. It's so pretty. Yep. The coloring makes it look a lot like Master. If the tail wasn't split in two,
Güzel, gel senle de bir tane uçurtma yapıp uçuralım. Ne diyorsun?
there are a few spots where the colors go outside the lines.
I did the painting. I stared at the paper for quite some time. Or should I say that I'm too familiar with her crane?
Bildiğin uçurtma işte böyle.
You mention it, Paimon can see it.
Exactly. So I simply closed my...
No way. You can paint with your eyes closed? Wow.
You are most filial, Shenhe. One is flattered by the like.
The swanee that Gaming and Shuyu made looks very majestic. I'm sure it'll look even more impressive in the sky.
The eyes and ears glow in the dark. So you're sure this here golden finch is cute too, Yao Yao? It's all...
Ben bizim uçurtmayı merak ettim şu an.
What about your kite, traveler? Very Paimon-like. That one time the traveler suspected that a piece of meat was missing from the...
Is that something that happened?
Is that the Jade Chamber?
Oh?
Jet Chamber'ın bir de uçurtmasını yapıp fırlatmışlar mı, ne yapmışlar?
Who dares attempt such a flagrant display of impropriety by releasing a... Oh, and to do so by making use of this crude piece of mortal machinery. One simply must know who it is that possesses such impertinence. Continue attaching the strings, everyone. One will be but a moment.
Seninki uçtu gitti kanka.
Traveler, Paimon, could I trouble you to go?
Master's going to be okay, right?
I'm more worried.
Kral, biz nasıl gidelim? Uçabiliyor muyuz biz?
There's wind up ahead. Looks like we can glide over.
Şuraya yemek takalım da azıcık canımız olsun.
this Fontanian device.
Now is hardly an opportune time for your musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now that
Calm yourself. Do you have any recollection?
one believes it drifted in the direction of Mount Outsong. Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but
Your concern is Cloud Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples or secluded in her abode. On the subject of said kite, however,
still thy tongue. If Cloud Retainer were to hear you profess such a thing,
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
huh?
regard the situation with which we are now confronted. All your fault.
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no solitary endeavor. Say something, Mountain Shaper. Surely you can think of something to appease her.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would be better to
We can hardly avoid her forever. That may suffice during Latern Rite. But what about the Moon Chase Festival?
go retrieve the kite.
Absolutely not.
That
So an adeptus such as oneself is mistaken then?
Ah, you're an adeptus? Please forgive us for any impropriety. I truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain.
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite mint. Well, and if that's all, then we'll just be on our way.
We finally caught up. You sure do fly Mooncarver? Mountain Shaper? What are you doing here?
You?
Ben sen o bizsiz onlar.
Getting a weird vibe. Did she?
It is of no consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One was simply curious as to how long they would keep up the act.
Then you are not
How could one feel anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves? One is also well aware of...
We were simply consumed by a fit of festive spirit. Seldom do we get the opportunity. However, we are far from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand. No worthy kite could be born of our own making.
Your prowess in mechanics is unparalleled, Cloud Retainer. You wield the wind and waves themselves. Your singular talent
One has guests to attend to. We will have to convene again some other time. Traveler, Paimon, do try to keep up.
We're leaving already?
Ablam bizi de alaydın, uçacağız şimdi oraya kadar. Uçmayacağız. TP atacağız.
They're back.
Paimon's pooped.
After you left, Yao Yao and Shu Yu tired themselves out playing with their kites. Gao Ming offered to escort them home.
Before he left, he said...
Oh? What?
He said, a kite is always tied down no matter how far it flies or how high
Lafa bak.
its tether prevents it from ever truly flying free.
Çok doğru bir söz.
Quite dejected and
Hayat dersi aldım buradan.
Now that you mention it, Gao Ming did seem to have a rather strange attitude towards kites.
a reflection of himself. If I were a kite,
Babası yüzünden büyük ihtimalle.
that tether is a symbol of kinship.
Shenhe?
It may be an exceedingly... If Gaming truly sees a kite as a
Well, people often have different points of view depending on their mindset and experience.
just like some people can eat spicy food, but others won't go anywhere near it.
Exactly. That's why tolerance and understanding are as important as they are.
Tolerance and understanding? What brought about this conversation? Did
Biz nasıl senden önce geldik buraya reis ya?
Chatting. You don't have to butt in on every...
one was merely doing a bit of cooking.
Ablam gelmiş bir de yemek yapmış üstüne.
Fast approaches. If you are otherwise,
Oh, it's been so long.
worry not. One has prepared a variety of meat and vegetable. Shenhe, Ganyu, come with me.
Whoa, what's with
Güzel bak, yemek de yapabiliyormuş ha. Şş.
the food? We can help too.
Şu orta yerde yiyeceğiz inşallah. Yemiyormuşuz.
This is...
Abi çok iyi ya. Yeni kostümlere bak.
The wind brushing against my legs. This is a bit embarrassing. Is the headpiece secure?
Bu kostümler geldi mi acaba ya? Bu arada Shenhe'ninkine bayıldım ya.
How do we look?
Muhteşem ötesi olmuş.
She asked them just like that.
Shenhe'nin kostümü alınır sanki ya.
How should Paimon put it?
Satışa çıktı mı acaba?
Elegant and refined. Those outfits ruined.
Given that one employed the services of the best tailor and
Abi harika ya.
what colors have you been partial to lately, Shenhe and Ganyu?
Lately, why is Cloud Retainer suddenly asking about what colors we like?
I like black. One is gratified to see one's disciple. The color black doesn't get dirty easily. I've come to value recent. And you, Ganyu?
I favor blue and black.
And the material is sufficiently comfortable, yes?
Yes, very. I simply cannot
Thank you, master. One is
Konuşma bittikten sonra bakacağım, gelmişim Shenhe'nin kostümü.
One hopes these garments will see much.
Seems like your supreme cuisine machine is just getting better and... This golden crab's particularly... It's a good thing Gaming isn't here, or Paimon would have to duel him for the food.
He traveled all this way on account of the kite-making workshop. Spent the whole afternoon looking after Shuyu. One was hoping to treat him to a meal. Oh well.
Gelirse
One will just have to
yeriz beraber.
in person.
It's rare for someone to make such a good impression on you.
One has high. He appears to be a young man of much merit, and one is not the type who would see such potential squandered.
It appears that he wishes to break free from the kite string that tethers him.
Kite string? Huh. What strange metaphors you speak in, Shenhe.
50 abone olduk mu ya?
You returned from one
50. abone özel kanka, anca 07 uç çekilişi yaparım. O kadar para var çünkü.
Oh, do you know about the conflict between Gaming and his dad, Shinyan?
One has only heard that the two are.
He ran away.
Bu YouTube'daki chat'i buraya veremiyorum ama ya, ekrana verebilsem keşke.
Oh? Ran away, you say? Huh.
Oh, okay.
Şimdi Gaming'in özelini de burada anlatmazsın.
This shall not do.
Olmaz öyle şey.
Right fast approaches. As one was contacting various tailors around Liyue, one could not help but be reminded of Menogius. He possessed a singular talent for clothing design. At a gathering of adepti, Bonanis once complained in secret to some of the ladies in attendance that the skirt Menogius made for her was
Üçüncü kişi kim acaba ya?
lamenting that it would only hinder.
İzliyorsa chat'e yazabilir mi?
However, when one asked Menogius his opinion, he remarked that the train of the skirt would serve to enhance her adepto countenance by exemplifying a certain elegance. Menogius was that type of person. When it came to topics and later,
Ekstrapistan nasıl berbat olabilir? İnadı. Dur bakalım.
one means to say that Latern Rite should be a day of reunion. It is a time to address problems before fate is fickle. The cruel reality of this world is that suffering and misfortune can befall any of us without design or reason.
That's nice and all, but...
Do you have any ideas, Cloud Retainer?
Perhaps adeptal arts could be of use.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Combining our efforts is a fine idea indeed. Aha! How about this?
Does that make sense to everyone?
Biz de duysaydık bir mantıklı mı değil mi yorumu yapardık da sonra öğreneceğiz herhalde.
One's designs never fail. Now then, I counsel rest for all. And to make
Gene 2 gün sonraya verdi ya. 2 gün gene bekleyeceğiz. Şuraya bakacağım ya. Dükkana gelmiş mi acaba kıyafeti? 1350'ye gelmiş. Abi çok güzel kıyafet alınır mı ya? Ben bunu bir düşüneyim. Ne kadar süresi var bunun? 23 gün var teklif süresi. Alınabilir bence ya ama bilmiyorum. Bir düşünmem lazım. 2 gün ileri alalım saati de hızlı hızlı. Kanka bunu karına giydirtmezsin zaten. Türkiye'de özellikle hiç giydirtmezsin. Ama karakterde güzel duruyor değil mi?
It's time to carry out the plan.
Tövbe tövbe. Ayıp ayıp.
Hope everything goes well.
Oradan nasıl düşmeyi başardım acaba? Oyna kankam. Ben de Allah Allah başka bir şey düşündüm sanki.
Hi, Gummy. Paimon sees you've certainly gotten an early start this morning. Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm.
Ah, perfect. You're all here. There's an.
All right, I've got the time.
It's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village to Li.
Sure.
Here.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very
Evet öyle.
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise.
All right. Don't work too hard now, Longjo. We'll set off then.
Kendi ailesi değildir inşallah. Bilemiyorum artık ne çıkacak. Bu son kısım mı acaba ya? Buraya ne ara geldik? Buraya ışınlandık bildiğin.
You're a bit quiet.
Buranın müziği güzelmiş ama ha.
Do you want Paimon to tell a story?
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
Hello. You must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you.
Babası olabilir bu büyük ihtimalle. Evet babasıymış.
Oh, so you're Gaming's father. It's nice to meet. Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon. Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
Bu ya tipik Türk babası bildiğin.
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
A very important client has up. Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up.
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all to...
Gideriz işimiz ne sanki. 1833 kilometre hemen ışınalım. Kilometre değilmiş lan bu metreymiş.
skyward.
Aha nasıl ölmedim ben oradan? Şaşırtıcı.
We've been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
I'm fine.
Gummy, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring.
This place looks nice and open. Why don't you all
Huh? What?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watching.
Oh, but
Just let him go.
Paşam nöbet tutacakmış. Kanka bu arada Gaming tam senlik karakter ha. Oyununu oynasan çok seversin. Skill'leri falan bayağı havalı.
Halt! Who goes there?
It appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand. Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
Bu elemanlar yine mi geldi?
Forth readily and without
Aha çekti hemen.
It seems it won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store. Leave this to me. Traveler, Paimon.
No, coming. It's too.
This is what I do.
Hadi hadi dövüş.
Oh, indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
Rakip Çetin çıktı. Run.
I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Run.
away. Let us away.
Toz dumana kattılar giderken.
don't worry, he's a great fighter. Paimon's even seen him take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
But coming.
R'ye takıp kaçtılar.
If he had just stayed by my side and learned.
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead.
All is going to plan.
Okay, we should.
Kanka onun görevi o. Çünkü ana karakter konuşmuyor genellikle.
Oh no, what is he doing here?
Paşam uçurtma uçuruyor.
Listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can.
Koskoca tanrı uçurtma uçuruyor. Adamın da haberi yok büyük ihtimal.
Bandits, acting in broad daylight. Oh. Ah, I see. It appears
Boğuldu.
people are catching a chill as of late.
Yere koydu kanka uçurtmanın ipini.
Perhaps some tea and rest.
Nope, no need, no need. Paimon's fine. She just had some cake.
Yo arkası dönükken arkası dönükken elindeydi.
Oh, such matters are best left to those with the net.
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this.
Yeah! Got him!
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason.
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes.
O danslara başlamış.
Have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani.
Suani Spirit.
Dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles. If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is personal.
Koskoca Morax'ı nasıl ikna ettiniz adama? Babasına laf anlatması için.
For his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and upright.
Seems like Jean-Louis has decided to stay.
Well, he's a hard worker.
You should be sure to tell him you.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit.
Tamam, Valorant'a çağırırım.
It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you. This thing I've been in
Hadi çok boş yapma.
most of my life. And I always, over the past few years, when you're young, you can handle. Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief.
Kardeşim bana bir peynirli pizza ısmarlarsın o zaman.
I often regret introducing him to wushou dancing as a kid.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps I have misjudged your age.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown daughters. Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own way.
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind. I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Iptak.
Sure.
So, do you also...
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the... You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little. Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things? Like going for a stroll, drinking... Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not?
Yes.
Ciddi manada ikna etmişler yani.
Oh, Gaming is back. Hey, Gaming, we're over.
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh,
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying...
Is there...
well,
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits can't look me in the eye, huh?
Okay, but
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, people with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start. Unless, of course, their real motive...
wow, you're pretty.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a route. In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with...
You ever consider you might be a little too?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me? I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to subdue them and show him what I... You've seen the way he talks to me.
It's not like that at all. Your dad really cares about you. Zhongli was talking things through with him, and he nearly agreed to let it... You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say his...
You told us you wanted to prove yourself.
Bence de kendin konuşmalısın kendi babanla.
Even do anything?
You won't know unless you try. Listen to us. It's time to put these people's...
I'll do my best.
You are very knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli. I'm impressed. Despite my being in the tea industry for several decades, it seems I still have much to learn about the art of tea tasting.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
Iptak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems...
Well said, Mr. Gaming. Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable.
Huh?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Iptak, but I, unfortunately, have some unfinished funeral parlor business to attend to.
Oh, I hope my apologies for taking up so much of your time, Mr. Zhongli. No need to stay on my account. When you're less busy, let's find a time to meet. I'll treat you to dim sum.
Paşam burada da bedava bir şeyler buluyor.
We'll see you off, Zhongli. You two have a nice chat, alright?
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
helping us talk things through with.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. As for my role in the conversation, think not.
Why did you have us?
A friend
Hello.
Xiao, you're.
I've been here the whole time. A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Who be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? What is she doing here? I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with... It's you. I thought you were Director Who.
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out? The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable. It's just that...
He seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway with the wind. In truth, I'm here because Director Who...
I see. Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do... Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy... What is it?
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Latern Rite.
I've only met Director Who a few times.
Ah, and is that not a sign that you should visit Wangsheng Funeral Parlor more often? It would
Bence de daha sık ziyaret et.
one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Who tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite for me?
All right. I have made my... If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I'll leave these two kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with... Well, I would imagine someone of your...
So you were testing out the and even wrote Xiao.
Abi çok komik ya.
They say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing. Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither... Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky, perhaps they're a bit like...
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you...
There's no need.
There's no need.
Only Yaksha among us who had an... When Latern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the...
Geliriz paşam, ayıpsın.
How's she been, by the way? Be sure to...
The last time I spoke to her, if you have the time, perhaps you could also make...
We'll keep that in mind. Take care, Xiangli. See you later.
See you next time.
Coming. I don't have anything.
Then I'll go. I still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
Oh, I can't say I support that decision. Hey, let me...
Sit, Shinhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea?
No need. I'm not tired. They're gone, Master.
Perfect. The time is nigh for us to make an appearance. Do you remember the plan one recounted?
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration.
Aile sevgisini göstereceğiz.
Have whatever you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shanhe doing here? Just...
Perfect. I just so happen to have bought some Sunglow tea recently. It's quite the delectable variety. It would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already. Oh, forget it. Such thoughts detract from the present need to keep up the conversation. Has work...
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me, by pinning their heads against the table.
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act... What I meant to ask was... Have you made any new friends? So far...
Yani bunu yapabilecek en son karakter abi ya.
You already know of my past circumstance. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night.
The poor child. her one friend. I guess maybe gaming is not.
Let's move on, shall we? Do you have any plans for today, Shenhe?
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll lose.
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk.
Dad, here, have some.
Hi, coming. I'd like to finish what I was trying to say before. I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because if you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know our personalities. Your aunts, uncles, they'll all do whatever they can to help.
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was such.
Just think about it.
Dad really has changed a lot. But I thank you.
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. That's not a good sign. Hey, you two! Paimon's sorry we were gone for some.
Perfect timing, actually. We see.
Yep, let's go. I'll get the bags.
Gaming has grown a lot.
Çocuğun uzadığını bile yeni fark ediyor be. Aga be. 1 kilometre var. Bunlar cidden 1 kilometreyi bize yürütmeyi düşünüyorlar mıydı? Charlotte burada ne yapıyor? Fotoğraf çekmeye gelmiştir gerçi.
You must be Mr. Ip. My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine.
Ben daha Charlotte'u da çıkaramadım gerçi ya. Keşke çıkarabilseydim.
I suppose you could think of it that way.
The Fontaine Mark. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare.
Of course, of course. Please follow me.
Is this person also involved in your plan? And here I thought I had lots of connections.
Over here. Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Huh? What?
She probably wants to talk about the next phase of the plan.
I take it that all.
Don't worry, Shenyan. Everything.
I knew it. I knew that was all an act earlier. She was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shanha appear foolish.
Aslında gerçekten saçmaladı.
As for the next step.
Oh no!
What's wrong, Gummy?
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I hate.
Fret not. Reimbursements.
Exactly. Think of it more as an investment, as Ningguang. We pulled together the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a sink. Fontanians will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte's article.
Oh, okay.
Onu bile düşünmüşler ya.
Over my head, but I refuse to let you all lose more on my behalf.
We can talk about such matters at a later date.
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole I have an idea, but I'd hate to cause even more trouble.
That is for us to do.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Plus, we wouldn't be here if we didn't.
Okay.
Keşke biz de dinlesek de sonradan şok olmasak.
Got it. Just leave it to us. Let's split up and make it happen. We need to do those things we talked about, but we also, since Xiao already tested out those kites for us, why don't we also
Hızlama Zingo.
mechanical thingamabobs or whatever they're called? We can. Hello again.
Welcome back. I see you returned from your. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that.
Oh, you should really be thanking Gaming, not us.
I'll be. And are you here to buy a kite? Please take your.
Oh, we already have a kite.
Yes. Here you go. Please take it, free of charge.
It doesn't feel right.
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite flying competition.
Bir tane destekçimiz var, güzel.
It's done. Let's get down to business.
Bu ablamız niye para almadı onu anlamadım.
Looks like we finished everything we needed to do. Let's find a good place and put this thing into the sky.
Of interesting gadgets, all from my time.
Başlıyor mu ya yoksa? Abi bu eventi çok seviyorum ya.
Come here, allow me.
The Latern Rite is as festive as ever.
Abi şu an etkinliğe gerçek hayatta katılamıyor muyuz ya?
Huh? Oh, what's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millilith?
What's that?
Yok artık. Gamige bu dansı yaptıracaklar galiba burada. Aynen.
Have I taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
Wait, the wind.
Oh my gosh!
Mommy, I want a big kite like that too.
Do you see that kite way out in front? It's so beautiful!
Happy Latern Rite.
Happy Latern Rite.
Abi çok güzel etkinlik ya. Şu etkinlik var ya her sene depresyon ilacı gibi geliyor. 10 numara ya.
Skyward! Scatter!
I think I'll head off now, if that's okay.
Thank you, little girl.
No need, no need.
Dad.
I suppose I'll go first.
Okay.
Your performance. I've seen many wuxia dances in my time, but
İşte bu.
what you pulled off there,
Wow. I never thought I'd live.
you're serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely.
Bir şey kanıtlanana kadar ebeveynler böyle sıkıntı çıkartabiliyor.
What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream,
Aga be.
then it doesn't matter how difficult it is. Really, when I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind. And much like this kite, you also deserve to soar to new heights.
Dad.
Son.
San.
Son? Haven't heard that in a while.
Oğlum yapmayın, ağlayacağım şimdi.
Wondering what's gotten into me saying all this.
Well,
Anyway, I know I've never to me, Gaming. You've always been a great kid.
Aga be.
Alright, that's everything.
I love you, Dad.
Seeing the two of them talk things through like this really gives Paimon a sense of accomplishment.
Now, over there. Your friends are still waiting for you.
huh? But
I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. You
Dad, honestly.
go.
Okay. Then I'm.
That's quite the smile you've got there, Gummy. It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Xinyun. If everyone has time, go fly a kite.
Abi çok güzel etkinlik ya. Şunları da alalım da almamışız. Şimdi bunu bir geçelim. Bu bitti. Son bir tane var. Kutsal Ezgi bölümü sahne 1 görevi. Şurayı da bitirmem gerekiyor aslında. Şunu bitireyim. Ondan sonra da son görevi alalım. Aslında bir tane daha böyle etkinliğin şeyi olması gerekiyor bence ya. Video animasyonu gibi. Bilmiyorum, bir Ningguang'u falan görmek isterdim açıkçası. Son görevde vardır diye düşünüyorum inşallah. Bunları da okumadan geçiyorum ama puan kazanacağız. 5 tane var. Mücadeleye gidelim.
Skyward! Scatter!
Buraları da hiç açmamışız ha. Bir ara gelip temizleriz. Bakalım neymiş. Bunlar engel olması gerekiyor sanırsam. Random atlıyorum ama hiç de dikkat etmedim nedir ne değildir. Hızlı hızlı çıkalım. ...3000 puanı geçince oluyormuş abi. Tamam. Mis gibi. Öbür mücadeleye gidelim hızlıdan.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Başlayalım. Kaçıl kaçıl kaçıl kaçıl kaçıl. Abo puan kaybettik bayağı. Mükemmel. Nereden devam ediyoruz ama? Aa olmadı. Ha olmuş olmuş tamam. Üstteki normal puan olarak düşündüm ben, sol taraftaki topladığımız da değilmiş. Alevliyi alınca çifte puan elde ediyormuşuz sanırsam. Test spamlayalım. Bundan iyi puan çıktı aynen. Buna gidelim. Son iki. Ondan sonra da bir tane görevimiz kalıyor. Event için. Bu seneki eventi bayağı güzel yapmışlar ya. Ya her sene daha iyisi olur mu diyorum ve oluyor. Allah. Yere plunge atak attık yanlışlıkla. Son göreve de gidelim. Aşağıdan gitsek olur herhalde. Niyeyse burada sürekli bir taşıma balonu kesiyorlar.
Busted. Quietly now.
Başla dedik gitti. Aşağı doğru sıktım, nasıl gitmedi. Şunları alabilir miyim? Teşekkürler. Bu da bitti. Bütün hepsinin bitmiş olması gerekiyor şu an. 23 24 Tamamlandı. Bunu aldık. Şuradan da alalım. İyi, bir tane crown geldi. Güzel. Kutsal Ezgi bölümü sahne 1. Hangisi ki o? Hükümdar görevi mi? O biraz zor acı ya. Hükümdar görevini şimdi başlasam olmaz. Bitmez yani. Biz direkt görevi alalım ya. İki gün bekleyeceğiz yine tabii ki. Ops, oyundan çıkıyorduk yanlışlıkla. Sabah saat 8'e ayarlayalım. Valla her sene bu eventin gelişini bekler olduk ya.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities.
Saat 12'ymiş. 8'e kurmaya alıştık ya. Hemen 12'ye çekelim.
Need me to come up.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! Didn't... We didn't have anything else to do today, right? Why don't we go have a look around? Maybe...
Kiminle? Gamik'le karşılaşmaya mı gidiyoruz?
The mountain air is so refreshing! It makes Paimon feel like she could... Cream! Gummies! Huh? Did you hear... Sunshine! Blue skies! Right? So Paimon wasn't just... well, we've got the time. Why don't we go check... What are they doing here? Navia, Clarand!
Ah, well, if it isn't my dear partners. See, I told you that something good was going to happen during our travel.
It's just your luck.
Are you guys also here to catch the festivities? Oh, and that reminds me.
Biz bunların barıştığını daha görmemiştik. Çünkü ben hükümdar görevini daha bitirmedim. Sebebi o yüzden.
Wait, if you're here for... And that voice we heard...
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that...
That or your voice is just really loud.
Well, of course it is.
Indeed. I
Sure is. Having loud voices ahead. Wait. That
Bir ara gerçekten hükümdar görevini bitirmem lazım. Çok zor geliyor ama yapacak bir şey yok.
there was something about almonds.
No, it's not a code. The words are
Perhaps. But that's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery. Exactly. I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance, so I asked the locals around here and they said it was fine. Apparently most hikers like to shout when they get to the top.
Gerçekten rahatlatan bir eylem bu arada, o kadar yolu çıktıktan sonra bağırmak.
It's not just me. I guess
speak for yourself.
when you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
Not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go hunting.
Bu da başka bir stres atma yöntemi.
What I choose to hunt depends on my mood.
Anyway, why don't you two give it a try?
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any stress that needs relief.
Oh, I bet you guys are just no need to be shy. Even Farina was shouting from the top of this mountain earlier.
Huh? Did Paimon hear that right?
Believe in your ears. It is actually the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also.
Yes, we could just about make out someone yelling things like, "Help me!" and "What should I do?" And what do you know? Miss Farina was standing right there, all red in the face.
That reminds me. I believe what she actually said was, "So help me figure out what I should do about this script."
So you could actually hear what she was.
I figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some
Oh, seems like you caught Farina in the middle of... She probably would have never thought... No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew all the way out...
I think so. We ran into Nervalet on the way here as well.
What? Nervalet was here too? What was he
Bizim de hiçbir şeyden haberimiz yok.
doing for vacation?
I think it just might have been actually. But apparently he only stayed for half a day.
Neuvillette is not the type to take much time off. Taking even a half day for himself is already a huge step.
Published an article on the Liyue tea industry recently. Maybe he was inspired to come buy some tea after reading that article.
My situation is completely different. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you.
You Fontanians and your...
Oh, it's not for me. I lost a bet with Ridesley, and now
Right.
I have to buy him something.
Right, Leslie. Zor okunuyor.
It's just a spur of the moment sort of bet. Ridesley gets really invested in that sort of thing.
Rise desek oluyor galiba.
Care less about what he wins. You could give him mint plants that you pluck.
If only he was that easygoing when it came to... In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again? Yes.
Sunglo çayı.
You didn't really...
Please, do I?
That reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because...
Oh, that's right. Who tell? A few days ago, we heard that a friend was going to be in Chaoying Village. So we decided...
Oh dear. We've been chatting for quite some time.
Sıkıntı yok reis.
We should probably head out...
Wish atarken gelmedin ama olsun reis. Sıkıntı yok.
Go and meet your friend. We can meet up in Chaoying.
Hasar çok güzeldi ama gelmedi bir türlü ya. Tüm kaynakları harcayıp dizecektim bir de yani. Keşke gelmiş olsaydı.
Chaoying Village is known for its tea. But you know what else they have with tea? That didn't Gaming say something about dim sum being eaten in the...
İkinci çayı mı? Allah kabul etsin.
Now let's see what kind of yummy things we can find. Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Farina standing?
Bayağı arkonları beraber takındırmaya başladılar ha.
Wonder what they're talking about. Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Farina about... Oh, or maybe Hu Tao is trying to rope Farina into being one of her clients. Hey, this isn't the... But Paimon could be convinced for the right... Since Zhongli...
Cenaze evine de müşteri ayarlamazsın.
Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli. Alright, no time to waste. fun shouting too.
Oh, well, aren't you a
That we were able to meet you both without prior arrangement.
Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the
Kankalar toplanmış.
I'm pretty sure you didn't learn that one from me.
I must admit that seeing as you're a hero who's been all over to that, it makes since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this
It appears you have been to Fontaine then, given your proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go. It's no...
that's
Paşamın iltifatlar fişek.
what I mean to say is,
Manita ayarlıyor herhalde.
Mr. Zhongli, although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, it is I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler. There is definitely more to Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye. Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters,
Herif tanrı acı.
there's no way he hasn't heard about. Is he just feigning ignorance for my benefit? No. Yeah. You're no commentor. Does that mean Hu Tao? You may not have heard, friends, but Miss Farina is now one of my esteemed.
Okay, you win. Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
What's this about winning some? Don't tell me. You two were placing bets on us.
We just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and...
Oh, I see. That means you, my friend, must have guessed. That I do, my friend. What was Paimon's guess then?
Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
By newbie.
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess was also correct.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots.
You see? Paimon was right too. Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or a loser. Hey, don't be upset, traveler. How about this? You buy Paimon a bowl and Paimon will also buy you a bowl. As for the third bowl...
Since I was the subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me? You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck.
Ismarlarız paşam. Mora zaten bizden çıkıyor.
Anyway, I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about did I...
Huh?
Well, you know, with you and Liz...
Oh, well, yeah.
Really? Paimon is so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the...
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon.
But Paimon just thought...
Really, Paimon, it's not like you don't know me.
Kendi için.
Miss Hu Tao is simply helping prepare some props for my film. I wrote a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. In fact, anyway, now that Fontaine's biggest star has Hey!
Oh, Paimon! So, did you come to Liyue just to enlist...
Well, not exact. My original plan was to just relax and...
It was a fated meeting indeed.
Zhongli sure loves his lofty turns of phrase. But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
Oh?
It's someone you know. Wanna take... What?
Ne var et?
Did you guess that on your... Very impressive, my friend. You're...
Nasıl bildik acaba?
Paimon never thought Neville...
I'm sure he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my... He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. Yup, that's exact. This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know...
So...
Yüzerek gitmek.
him in the right direction?
Of course. I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So natural, but... Speaking of...
What about him?
He doesn't get out much, does he?
Does he?
No wonder. He was stiff as a board and way too polite. I would have never guessed. All in all, he was only here for half a day.
Oh? This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
Best friend'in olabilir.
You didn't see him, but he was dressed like he was about to
to attend some.
Is that so?
Wait, you didn't see him, Jean?
Unfortunately, no. At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Farina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated.
Bence de. Nasıl sırıtıyor?
To borrow Miss Farina's turn of phrase, perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, with the traveler around, I'm sure. That's right. She's got more friends than she knows what to do. Well, that's certainly true. Oh, that reminds me. Just tell him that even Clam, if he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request. Seems like this gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important. Sounds like, in my experience, a leader needs to be able to roll with the punches. It seems like your friend still has a lot of grip. If correctly, he's already. You're quite right.
Oh? Traveler, Miss Farina, those...
Oh, it's Navia and Clarand. Hey, over here!
We saw you all chatting over here, and we're wondering if we could join in.
Please.
Oh, no apologies necessary.
Kutaya müşteriler geliyor.
It's getting late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably...
Indeed. Then, Miss... When are you planning to head back? Do you need a...
I don't think... I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after...
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel...
Bu karakter müşteri acı. Bir gelsin de bakalım.
Just 8 paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood.
Kuta başladı yine.
Not a soul will greet, but if you take a closer look, there may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro. My dear demoiselles, ladies, no, I mean...
Of course.
Şaka gibi.
Gotta say, Farina, you are... By the way, did I hear you mention that Clarand used... Then you must have also been a... well, besides, I prefer how things are now. I can come and go as I please, and...
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax.
Only the best. Thank you so much, Miss Huta. It's fine. The next time you're in this neck of the woods,
Ne olur gel.
they are a part of it. It's so it's basic. Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. Ooh, okay. Wait, but didn't you guys say you were here on vacation?
Of course I am. I bought a kite, a parasol. Clarand is the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
And some tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Sijuin.
Clarand
Sijuin.
isn't much of a shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora.
Me? Oh, well, I bought some tea, of course. I just had to try. Other than that, just some bits and bobs. They should all be things I can use. If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go? Oh, actually.
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Oh, so that's what happened. Wait, what? Why did he take them? He's not hoarding.
That's
Koskoca Nevlet'e eşya taşıtmış ya.
I felt a bit bad at first, but
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the fortress of Maripede for me, once he's... Neuvillette is a man of his word.
see, even Clarand was happy to take him up. If even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Like a real gentleman. If only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful. Right, Zhongli?
Indeed.
Said
Bu farklı bir indiğitti.
So if we go to the entrance of the fortress in Meripede, maybe we'll run into
Bu görev bitmeyecek galiba. Abi cidden hükümdar görevini mi yaptıracak bana ya? Hükümdar görevini bitirmeden bunu yapamıyor muyum? Neyse gidelim biraz. Belki bir kısmını yaptıktan sonra açılır diye düşünüyorum.
we don't know exactly when he'll show up.
Buraya nereden giriyoruz?
We're here! Did you want to see us about something?
Yes, I did send someone to fetch you. But
Given that we've already
Nevalet burada diye devam edemiyoruz göreve.
the situation is this. If I'm understanding you, I heard that she was originally I sincerely advise you to refuse her invitation. I'm sure you're aware that her purpose is most likely related to... We convicted one of the Snezhnayan harbingers in a court of law, but we have yet to provide any form of detailed report on the matter. I believe we should adopt an evasive stance until we can provide a proper...
No, we shouldn't.
Oh?
Well, you see, we are the ones that owe an explanation. It's like a fight between two friends. If
Though diplomatic relations between Fontaine and Snezhnaya could be considered as friendly, it is only superficially...
it was just an analogy.
Moreover, even if we were to talk in person, if we don't have sufficient information
I don't think we should overthink those. Besides, you'll be at the meeting. If any problems do pop up, you'll have no problem navigating.
I must clarify that interacting and communicating with people out... But more importantly, when did I agree to join the meeting with you?
You mean you won't come? No, that won't do. I can't go to the meeting alone. You have to accompany.
Lady Farina, could there be something else regarding this matter that is being kept?
No, not at all. Look, I am the Hydro Archon of Fontaine, Focalor, the god of justice who is loved and adored by many. So I only hope that justice will be served in this matter. Don't overthink it.
Paşam iyi dayatıyor.
Though it could officially be considered a diplomatic conference, I prefer to see our meeting today as an ordinary team.
Oo.
I assume you see it the same way, Miss Farina?
Ups. Abi harika güzel ya.
Lady Farina?
Yes, that's right. Just like you said, to make this tea party
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur Neuvillette. I was born in Fontaine, so naturally, there's no need to introduce the nation's revered Eudex to me.
Hello. The pleasure is also mine.
First, I would like to thank the two of you. I'm often away on business outside of Fontaine, and I'm told... Oh, I'm not referring to when my children, Linny and Lynette, were falsely accused by you. Please don't. The children of the House of the Hearth are often misunderstood. Perhaps due to the reputation of the Fatui. All I meant to say is that Fontaine has been stable in recent years. The people are well off and the children lead happy, fulfilled. That is something truly worth cherishing.
Now then, you have come regarding the...
Well, yes. It appears the ever-busy Eudex Neuvillette doesn't wish to waste time with... Yes. As you surmised, understanding child's situation is indeed one of the... As we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya, as well as Fatui harbingers, Child and I have always been colleagues. Were anything to happen in Fontaine, each of us... So now, in my capacity as his attorney, I request that Child be turned over to Snezhnaya.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial has concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the...
An outright refusal. Very well. Okay. Why don't you don't need to transfer Child to us. I only request to enter the Fortress of It's not like you couldn't even manage to fulfill a simple request like that.
The Fortress of Meripede has always been completely autonomous. Even we have no authority. However, if you absolutely must...
The knave showed up already? We didn't even know that Lenny was from the House of the...
Yes, thank you for... I also noticed that late...
Could the knave be...
If that were the case, then why wouldn't... In reality, this problem is even more... The details are still unclear. We cannot rule out an escape, but there have also been no reports of him out. Special guards... I was only with...
So this...
Yes. I would like... This was my... The knave...
Oraya gidip neden kaybolduğuna bakacağız anladığım kadarıyla.
Firstly, and secondly, is the...
Isn't it just Fontaine's prison?
I would not define it so crudely. The Fortress of Meripede is not affiliated with the court. Early in Fontaine, the Fortress of Meripede may seem like a prison. All we do is dispatch guards to keep watch. Although I do have a...
Oh, Paimon gets it now.
Correct. I will... So, are you two will...
Yeah.
You two have my sincere... We will rendezvous.
Prepared ourselves.
Perhaps you could enjoy...
Oh, right.
Please do not worry. You will be compensated.
Now that's more like it.
Are you leaving now? In that case, please take...
Alalım hemen de. Şey açıldı mı ya, diğer görevin üstündeki şey? Açılmadı galiba. Görev bitmiyor. Görevi bitiremedik arkadaşlar.
Paimon will have that, and that. Oh, and one of those too. No Fontaine, thank you. Pretty good. Now that Paimon thinks about it, we've always been super, but here we are. Let's just...
Oh, what is that I hear? Is it the...
Hey, you can't...
Klasik gazeteci.
Oh, don't remind me. I invited an I... calm down, calm down. This is nothing new. As a journalist, you should be used to this by now.
You know...
Never mind.
No way! We would never! We're just... Oh no, Paimon almost forgot that Neverlet told us to keep it a secret.
Huh? You're being arrested for... Oh. But now that I think about it, I suppose that's not complete...
You mean Paimon really did something that serious? Sorry.
Well, in that case...
Bence de biraz susman gerekiyor Paimon sanki.
Right.
About that.
Oh, it's nothing difficult. He was awarded. On top of that, the... if I could...
You make it.
Of course. I wouldn't ask...
All right, you got it.
Then it's settled. The food should be here any second, right? Huh? Wait. Just how much did you order?
Bütün restoranı sipariş etti paşam. Şöyle gidelim, Nevreti bulalım.
Wait. Paimon just said something really ominous, didn't she?
Skyward! Scatter!
hiç özgür irademle geldiğimi hatırlamıyorum. Bayağı da güzel yermiş.
All right, Nervalek, we're ready.
You have come just as promised. Yes, this is the one and only entrance to the fortress of Meripede from Irenaeus. Careful. You may want to
Whoa! So you have to go down from here?
utilizing both the barrier of the water as well as the fear humans have. But do not worry. It is not nearly as frightening.
Paimon hopes you're right.
Oh, and there's one more thing. I mentioned...
Yeah, we heard.
Correct. He is the Duke rarely ever leaves the fortress of Meripede. All right.
Don't worry, we won't let.
Good.
I'm here, Monsieur Nervalet. These two are the newest convicts,
Right.
Please follow me, you two. I'll process your paper.
It's Nervalet.
Oh, it's you. Few people frequent this
You call this early?
Strictly speaking, that depends. I am hardly bereft of time.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands.
First, I
Evet tamam, devam ediyoruz şu an. Event görevine.
was unaware you possessed. I see. Thank you for informing. Yes.
I have to hand it to Clorant. Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and
I was just passing through.
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt of the
A verbal receipt of confirmation?
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, seems a little excessive for a gift.
About that. Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Oh? Why? What happened?
It was buy 10 bucks.
Ah, that explains it. Well, go ahead and leave them to me.
You have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like.
This is a stone slate.
Well, that is an apt description.
A legal codex, huh?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils.
Oh.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice. As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed during my travels recently. We joked with Clorant some time ago about.
Ah, so that's.
I did not expect you to remember it as well.
It is a. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. A gift of this significance deserves to be put.
Surely there's no need for such a.
Just.
Bence de.
I don't have, but we do have a storage room.
That sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Chao.
Indeed. Of course, while I was there, I also took the opportunity. The aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the law. If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to. Then we are of the same mind. It appears.
If you say so, but you know you don't have to jump after. You're hardly bereft of time. You can do whatever you.
You're quite right. I suppose I suffer not. However, after reading a few articles about Liue's holiday traditions, seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, refreshing. Take, for example, my foray into ceramics. In the past, I never thought about how quotidian vessels were crafted. This is also something I make.
Aha, çok güzel yapmış ha.
That's a ladle? Paimon thought it was supposed.
That was indeed my inspirations. Really? You like to tell you the truth, given your unexpected arrival around such an important holiday such as this. But I'm afraid this is all I can offer. That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you are most welcome.
Adamın tek yaptığı şeyi de aldık.
That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence, but I suppose my proclivity to refrain from personal outings does in part originate from a sense of responsibility toward. But now I see that the human world is.
Biraz dışarı çıkman lazım reis. Görev bitti mi bu arada? Sanırsam bitti görevler. Vallahi event bitti. Şaka gibi. Beni izlediğiniz için teşekkürler arkadaşlar. Event bitti. Ben de yayını burada kapatıyorum. Kendinize iyi bakın.